Bei mir begrüße ich nun zwei junge Männer, die uns mit ihrer Musik in die 80er Jahre zurückversetzen, und mit ihrer Debütsingle Wonderful Life haben sie in diesem Jahr schon einen riesen Hit gelandet. Hier sind sie jetzt bei mir, Theo und Adam von Hertz. Hi, welcome guys, welcome to the show.
Hello.
How are you? You're just coming back from stage. How was your performance?
It was brilliant. It's our first time in Germany since we released the album, and yeah, it was an amazing venue. Baden-Baden's a beautiful place. It was really nice. It was nice to play songs to people who've given us so much success.
So what do you think about the German audience? Is there a difference to the English ones?
I think what was the best thing about tonight was that we played so many gigs in England where it's the exact opposite of that. Tonight was extravagant, it's beautiful theatre, amazing people.
The crowd are good because now they know the songs. It's really cool because they were kind of, and we always get welcomed so nicely in Germany.
Maybe that's because you work with a German label and your album was published in Germany first, and maybe it's because you're even thinking about moving to Germany. Is that right?
Well, we said the first place that gives us a #1 album, we would move there forever. But
Okay.
It's 2 in Germany, so if we get 1, we're going to pack our bags and come over.
Oh, cool. But then you have to learn German, some German words.
Well,
I can kind of speak German already, a little tiny bit.
Sure.
What do you want me to say?
No?
What do you want me to say?
Hello and welcome to the show. And Nela, you're a beautiful girl.
Hallo, willkommen bei unserem Show.
Nela, you're a beautiful girl.
Nela, du bist schön.
Oh, thank you very much. That was really cool. So, Theo, you're the singer of Hertz, and Adam, you're the keyboarder.
yes.
What about songwriting? Do you talk about songs, or do you write songs on your own? Is it just your part?
Well, we do it exactly together. It's
Yeah.
it's perfect because we kind of need each other. So so it works, and the music's like a mixture between our two tastes and our two personalities. So it's always been the same way. It's better with 2 people because the music's more interesting.
Yeah, and I've heard some very funny stories about the beginning of Hertz, so you have to tell me more about that. When you first met, your friends were having a punch-up outside a nightclub, but you were not involved into that punch-up. You were just talking about music, and that was the way how you get to know each other.
Yeah,
Is that right?
It's not as cool as it sounds. It's not like Fight Club or The Warriors. It was a terrible nightclub.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. It was just a really bad nightclub in England, and they were drunk, and we didn't know each other. And instead of fighting each other at 4 o'clock in the morning, we talked about Michael Jackson together.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
And we used the medium of music for world peace.
It's a crazy story. So, and at the beginning you were only communicating via internet for a while. What was that?
Well, that's because we couldn't afford to get the bus to each other's house. We didn't have enough money. We lived at opposite ends of Manchester.
So you
also
Skype and Facebook and
just email. But also it was because we needed to find out who each other was, and it was we started to make music, so we weren't friends when we met. So it was important to try and suss each other out.
Cool. And why did you include a comb and an umbrella in your record deal?
I'll show you the comb. It's this comb.
And look here, I have this special limited edition here from your new album,
love
and
the comb.
yeah, it includes a comb as well. Is this, I don't know, kind of symbol, special style for you, or what is that?
Comb just means your hair looks good all the time.
And Manchester's the wettest place in the world, so...
Okay.
So it was perfect. I needed the comb, Adam needed an umbrella.
That's funny. So what's the story about this sheet of music here? It's of the song Unspoken, so what's the story? Why do you put it in here?
Well, we wanted everyone to be able to play the song, and all the songs on the album you get the sheet music that we produced as well.
We wrote them as it was kind of because we write them on piano or on guitar in a very simple way, and I think something like that it just shows that we've written a song and it can be people. It's not ours. We've given it away because it's pop music, and you give pop music away. So
And also all our songs begin on guitar or piano and a vocal, and it's very simple, and doing something like that takes it back to the beginning of the song, so it's a very pure version of the song.
and it looks cool.
I can play the piano. Can I have this one?
You can have that
Oh,
one.
thank you very much. So your music sounds a lot like music of the 80s, and it sometimes reminds me of Depeche Mode. So did you just want to revive this musical decade, or was this just happening by chance?
No, I mean, well, for us, it wasn't really. It was only really bands like Depeche Mode and maybe Tears for Fears that we listened to, but we couldn't really take too much from them because we were only kids in the 80s. So it was the 90s. It was lots of people who write big, bold songs. Bands like Oasis were really important for us, I think. And it was more, what's the most exciting thing in music is to take an influence and make it sound interesting, exciting, and modern for people. The biggest challenge making the whole record was to try and take an idea and make it exciting for people.
Well, we've definitely taken influence from bands like Depeche Mode and perhaps more so Tears for Fears. They're another band we like.
Do you listen, I don't know, to hip-hop as well, or do you like hip-hop bands?
Yeah.
Yeah?
A funny, interesting question. Yeah, we do a lot.
Which bands? Which
Eminem.
artists? Eminem, really?
Probably #1 Eminem fan in the world.
How do you like the new single with Rihanna?
Brilliant. Whole album's master. We could go on. We could talk about Eminem for about 3 hours.
I'm sorry.
It's
That's very interesting.
yeah, and everyone like that. All the production's really great. The Neptunes, two of the greatest producers of all time, I think. And there was things like that. Hip hop, what it does a lot is it makes electric music sound modern, which is a really inspiring thing. People like Timbaland.
When we were making the album, we worked in a studio, and above our studio was a like a dance studio, and they played R&B music, hip hop all the time, and this music came through the ceiling. So all the drums on this album sound like they've come through a ceiling, 'cause that's all we ever heard.
Very good. So let's talk about your single "Wonderful Life." It's about a man who wants to die and a woman who prevents him jumping off the bridge. So these two topics are very extreme. So the wish to die and love at first sight. So why did you choose that?
Well, we wrote the song when we were very unhappy when we wrote the song. We were unemployed. We'd been unemployed for 3 years, and we were so desperate to try and. We've been kind of writing music and hoping for so long, and we got so desperate that we kind of wrote that song as we want to be saved, I guess. And it was it's quite an exciting idea when you're really unhappy. The idea of someone saving you is a great thing, and we kind of wrote the song as a means to try and save us. And amazingly, what means so much about it is that a year and a half later, that song has become our ticket out of a life that was terrible. So, and it's brought us here, and took us around the world. So it's a really important song for us.
So is that the reason why you called your album Happiness?
Well, yeah, because there's two reasons really. One, because we were like I said, we were unhappy when we started the band, and then when we finished the record, we were really, we couldn't have been happier. We kind of done everything we dreamed of, and also throughout the album, the common theme is happiness. Really, all the songs are about trying to find happiness, trying to be happy, and there's a lot of hope in there, but they're also quite sad. So, but there's happiness. It's all about trying to find it.
So why did you have to shoot 2 videos of Wonderful Life? There's one with a girl dancing in the background and another one.
Well, the first one, because we had no money, we made for £20 in England.
Yeah,
and then the second...
It looks very good.
Yeah?
We just paid the dancer £20, that was it.
Yeah. And then the second one was kind of a homage to the first one, a sequel.
Yeah, it's not it was more a tribute to the girl, because we couldn't find her ever again. We still can't find her. We spent like...
But now you're famous. I think this should be possible to find a girl again.
England's a funny place, though. People can disappear, and there's northern towns in England where girls disappear on farms, and there's no internet, and they don't communicate with the outside world.
Well, when we wrote it, we didn't think anything of it. We didn't think it was gonna. We just started the band. We'd written 2 songs, so we didn't think about it. But then when we came around to making a new video, we were desperate to find her, but we couldn't. So we made a tribute to her.
Okay. I think she's very grateful now for this video.
Hopefully.
Maybe she calls you sometime.
Where are you? Come and find us.
You recorded a cover version of Kylie Minogue's song Confide in Me, and Kylie herself recorded vocals for your song Devotion. So how did that collaboration come up?
Well, we just asked her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's just like, hi Kylie, it's me.
Yeah, well, I'd love it to be some sort of amazing story, like we met on a train or something, or we met like on the back of a horse or something.
Yeah.
But we finished the album though. The album was complete, and the 2 of us listened back to it, and we just thought, okay, there's a hole here, and she was the hole. She filled the hole.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we wrote her an email that said, "Dear Kylie, we're hurts. Hello."
So you have the private mobile number of Kylie Minogue.
Well, it had to go for about 10 people before it got to her,
Okay.
but it stayed intact. So, and it was amazing, a beautiful thing, and she's so brilliant. And we recorded it together, and it was an amazing end to an album that we never thought we'd even make. We never thought we'd ever get the chance to make an album, let alone something like that happening. So it was a real nice end.
Cool. And there will be a few concerts in Germany in October, and you're touring through Germany next March again. So are you looking forward to coming back to Germany and to your German fans?
It's like coming home. Every time we come here, it feels like we go home, even more than England, to be honest.
Yeah, we owe everything to Germany, really. It was the first place to ever offer us a record deal. It was the first place we released our album. It's the first place our album got into the top 10. It's the first place our single did. I mean, it's such a special place. It's really fascinating. We've spent so much time here and we've learned so much about it that we really feel, like Adam said, we really feel at home. So it's going to be amazing to thank everybody by hopefully giving them a good concert.
And I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Theo, Adam. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks very much.
Hurts.